Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the crystal Psilomelane. Now I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent for a moment. Often I get people asking me about a crystal called Merlinite. Now if you were to ask a geologist about Merlinite, they would shake their head confused and say there is no such crystal called Merlinite. But sometimes in commercial or spiritual circles, crystals are given other names to kind of amplify their energy or maybe so they'll sell a little bit better. So Merlinite, obviously named after the great wizard Merlin, is actually three different crystals. The first one, sometimes just called Merlinite, is dendritic agate or dendritic opal, and you'll see that you get these little dendritic aspects in it. And this sometimes is just called Merlinite. Looks quite magical, has some magical attributes, but its real name is dendritic agate. Then you get something called mystic Merlinite. Mystic Merlinite looks like this. Another name for this is indigo gabbro. This is found in Madagascar. It's a variety of gabbro found only there, and that also has some magical powers. And then we have Psilomelane. This is our crystal of the day. If you look at it, and hopefully I'm capturing it in the camera there, I think in the reflection, you can see there are black lines in it. It's almost as though it's got the lines like malachite, but it's black. And this is sometimes called Black Merlinite. So when people are referring to Merlinite, it could be Merlinite, dendritic agate, it could be mystic Merlinite, gabbro, or it could be Black Merlinite, Psilomelane. Now, Psilomelane gets its name from the Greek words psilos, meaning soft, and melos, meaning black. And that's exactly what this crystal is. It's got a soft, black kind of feel to it when it's rough or when it's polished. And it also has that Merlin kind of attributes, and that's what we're going to explore in this video, how you can work with this crystal for all of its magical attributes. So let's dive in and explore Black Merlinite, better known as Psilomelane. Have you ever heard someone say that your thoughts create your reality? What they're referring to is if you have a negative attitude, often you're looking for negative things and they tend to manifest and become more apparent. Whereas if you're more optimistic, you'll actually be able to identify opportunities and you'll find life runs really smooth. Well, this is where Psilomelane works really, really well. It's renowned for helping to shift you from those negative and pessimistic attitudes to being more positive and optimistic, not pessimistic. So it's really, really great in that way. Now remember that Merlin, who was a great magician, was able to reshape his universe. But often we think, oh, well, we need to do something outside of ourselves to reshape our universe. But this is where this crystal is absolutely amazing. Being a black crystal, it brings that introspection. It allows us to pinpoint, oh, maybe I could shift my attitude. Maybe I could be a little bit more positive and upbeat. And just by wearing it, carrying it, or even meditating with it, it will naturally help to raise your vibration by making you more positive. So if you find that life's not turning out how you want it, we just need to change your mind. And we can work with Psilomelane to help you improve that. Not only can Psilomelane be used to help change your attitudes and your thoughts every day, but in the evening, in the darkness, in the magical aspects, it can really help to improve your intuition as well. This is a really great crystal to help you become a bit more introspective and to think about things a little bit more. It's amazing how often we get up each day and we've got devices and businesses telling us what we should do and what we should watch and what we should listen to and what we should know, and we don't actually think about what we need. We don't tune into our inner knowing, we rely on the outer knowing and getting our devices to tell us our truth rather than actually hearing our truth. Black crystals like Psilomelane especially are really, really good for taking that time to be introspective and listen to your own inner guidance. Now, if you like using different divination tools, Psilomelane is a must-have nearby. If you're using the tarot or wanting to come to understand the tarot or even oracle cards, wearing a piece of Psilomelane, like my Psilomelane ring, or meditating with it or keeping it with your cards can be really beneficial. Being a black crystal as well with a bit of a sheen to it, you can try scrying. Scrying relies on a soft light, such as moonlight or candlelight, reflecting on the crystal. Allow your eyes to go out of focus, kind of like you're daydreaming, and as your conscious mind settles down, allow intuitive thoughts to come in. This may take a few practices, but after you do it for a while, you'll find that you actually start to get these sudden insights flashing into your mind. Psilomelane will help to facilitate that and enhance that because it's natural energy for bringing in that wizardry or that Merlin energy that will help you to be all-knowing, or see beyond the veils. A magician like Merlin is someone who has domain and control over their world and is able to manifest and create things, and Psilomelane really helps you to do that. Not only does it help you to shift your attitude so you're more positive and more optimistic, bringing more abundance into your life, but it can help you tap into energy that you can draw in to then use in magical healings or witchcraft or spellcraft or creative visualization and bringing the life you want in. Simply holding the crystal and feeling, maybe taking some deep breaths and drawing more energy into your body and then exhaling that out, maybe on the full moon or any type of time you're doing a healing or any working, Psilomelane really helps with that. Now, after you've done that initial wishing kind of moment, don't give up there. Keep Psilomelane with you. Being such a mental kind of stone, it's really amazing for helping you work out, how do I turn my wishes into practicalities? And that normally requires some type of action on your behalf. And this can really help you, this stone can really help you to guide you on what actions would be best for you to take to bring your dreams into manifestation. Now, for this reason, it is actually a really great creation stone or creation crystal and can be used for all types of birthing, whether you're wanting to birth a new relationship, a new job, or even a new baby. Wearing Merlinite over the womb can actually help with pregnancy and support that as well. Now, if you like working with different mythologies and you love Egypt, Psilomelane works really well with two Egyptian deities. First of all, Anubis, the god of the underworld and death, and Isis, of course, who is a winged goddess who's known as the goddess of creation. So you have one that gets rid of what doesn't serve us, getting rid of those negative attitudes, so we can work with Anubis for that. And then we can work with Isis, who, when I work with Isis, I often find the saying, I'm going to rearrange the universe to my will, come through, and helping you to work out what do you need to change, both inside you, in your thoughts and your attitudes, and what actions do you need to take to bring about the change you want and to create the life you want. So Psilomelane is definitely a crystal that can help you tap in to those powers of creation, both within you and around you. When you've been working with your Psilomelane, or you've maybe got a brand new piece, you want to cleanse it to bring it back to its full energy whenever you're going to do something really serious, or if you've just been working a lot recently. Now, you can use different elements of nature, and I like to use the element of earth for Psilomelane. Now, earth is a transformational element. You may not think of it as being transformational because it's very grounding, and we often think of maybe fire as being quite transformational. But whereas fire is quick, like the hair, earth is like the tortoise, slow and steady. Think about it. Anything we bury in the earth will transform. It'll either slowly decay and dissolve or germinate and grow. So remember that Psilomelane helps us to bring that really powerful change, and often when we need that strength, Psilomelane and the element of earth working together can be really powerful in bringing steady, long-lasting, powerful change. So simply placing it on the earth, or if you've got a tumble piece, burying it in the earth for a little while can help to bring it back to its all-natural balance. Now, you can also bring in other gifts of nature as well. You probably guessed by now, I love working with essential oils, and the one that I love to work with Psilomelane is definitely galbanum. Galbanum is this resin that comes from a very small plant it's part of the carrot family, I believe, with these beautiful yellow flowers on top. And the resin within it is really quite earthy and grounding. It often kind of reminds you of the earth around the spring equinox, and is often used around spring equinoxes to help that kind of power of new birthing new things that we work with and focus on in spring. Now, it also helps us to get to know ourselves. It's very much about introspection, realizing that we don't always have to be the center of attention, looking at the truth and the role we play in the life that we've created, and so on. So it is quite a deep and mystical oil, but it works really well with such a deep and mystical crystal as well. So diffusing that, using it in your skincare, however you want to work with galbanum, can help to enhance what you're doing with Psilomelane. Now, when it comes to animal guides, the animal that steps forward, or flies forward, I should say, is the moth. Now, the moth does come from a caterpillar just like the butterfly, so it's definitely an animal of transformation and teaches us that we need to break out of the darkness in order to transform and fight our way out. But what do moths always do? Where do you always find moths? Around light. So the moth teaches us that whatever we do, whatever transformation we do, we must always head towards the light. So when we're talking about magic, when we're talking about manifestation, when we're talking about creation and shifting our attitudes, The light is that positivity, being more joyous, being more positive, but also making sure that we are changing our lives for the greatest good of all concerned, for yourself and everyone else as well. So moth teaches us that. Now, what about the power day? This would definitely be a crystal that is associated with Pluto. And Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. Mars rules Tuesday. So Tuesday is going to be your most powerful day to work with your Psilomelane. Bring in some galbanum essential oil, meditate with the guidance and the wisdom of Moth, and see how you can transform your life, just like the wizard Merlin. Have you ever worked with Psilomelane or any of the other Merlinites? I'd love to know. Please share with our crystal loving community in the comment section below and let us know your experience so we can all learn from each other. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.